Hello and welcome to Teaching Your Pre-Kindergartner. Today's lesson is going to be on math and we are going to touch on patterns. We want the child to sort and classify objects and analyze simple patterns. Our first lesson for today is we're going to teach the child to sort and group objects into sets and explain verbally to us why the objects have been sorted into different categories and what they have in common. There are several different suggested teaching strategies for this. The first one that I can think of is getting a bag of M&Ms or a bag of Skittles. You can make a table and make like 4 or 5 different columns with the different colors of the M&Ms or the Skittles, and have the child, sort the M&Ms into the different columns by the color. You can color, at the top of the page, if you're first starting off, color a blue column or color a red column, and just to get your child familiar with the blues go here, the reds go here. But as they get more advanced in it, take the colors away and see if they will sort the colors by themselves. The second suggestion that I have is that you could sort animal manipulatives. The animal manipulative can be anything as in a flashcard, just a simple picture of different animals, and you can do this by color or kind. Color is more simple than having them do it by kind. It's the same as the M&Ms and the Skittles. Just buy brown ones here, white ones here, and so on. Kind would be more like animals that live in water compared to animals that live on the land. Something that a 4-year-old would be able to grasp. Not going into, is this an amphibian, is this a mammal? That's a little too advanced for their level. So keep it simple. The goal here is just to have them categorize things, not learn what a mammal is. The third strategy, which is probably the cheapest strategy and the easiest, would probably be to buy a box of Fruit Loops. If you have a class, the Fruit Loops will go a long way if you buy the big box. And of course, just like the M&Ms, have them sorted by color into different categories. Ask the child questions throughout the whole process. Jane, why did you put the blue Fruit Loops in this category? Keep asking questions. Keeping that brain going is the key. Keep that brain stimulated. Ask any questions to the child. Of course, questions that the child will understand. So that's really important. The last suggestion that I have is that you could buy beads and you can have the child sort the beads into the different categories. And beads are great because they come in all shapes and sizes, and you can get a lot of beads for pretty cheap. Beads are also really good to work with children too, because if they use the smaller beads, it helps with their fine motor skills. It helps them strengthen the little muscles in their fingers, which is very important for their development. So I would definitely recommend the beads. The beads would probably be the strategy that I would use. Remembering that you can use any kind of manipulative that you can find. Anything that can be grouped is really good, for the child. Anything, you can take it into everyday life. Uh, Money, for example, is a good one to group. Anything. A good classroom, a good class in class strategy would be to have all the kids get up out of their seats, because children love to get out of their seats in the classroom. It kind of mixes things up a little bit, and have all the boys go to one side and all the girls go to the other. And you can ask the children, why are the boys and girls grouped differently, and have them give reasons. And of course, kids would love that. So just remember to mix it up some and keep the kids' brains going. Ask questions. Questions are critical in teaching. You have to spark the child. It has to be sparked. The second lesson for today is that we want the child to recognize patterns, repeat them, and explain them verbally. There are also several teaching strategies that you can use to get the child to recognize patterns. You can use pattern cards. Pattern cards are great. You can get them with different shapes on them, like triangle, circle, triangle, circle, triangle, circle, blue, green, blue, green, blue, green. Those are always simple to use. You know, the kids like manipulatives. They like stuff they can hold, see, touch, feel. They like that. So pattern cards are a great idea. You can also use once again beads, which is my favorite, and I would definitely use the beads. Lacing the beads with different patterns, you know, like a blue bead, green bead, blue, green, green bead, you know, on the string. For this, though, I wouldn't use really small beads because, of course, they're still trying to develop motor skills. I would use bigger beads and have them lace them on a piece of yarn with, or you can have like them make a necklace, which would be a really good idea that the kids would love. So those are really good to use. Another idea that the kids will really enjoy is have them repeat a pattern in claps, like clap, clap, stomp, stomp, clap, stomp, you know, claps and stomps. This gives the kids, of course, a chance to get up out of their seat. It gives them a chance, you know, to have some fun, you know, with the teacher, clapping their hands and stomping their feet. Just keep it in the pattern, of course. So that's a really good one for the kids, and they will enjoy that. Unifix cubes are really good to use. Kids enjoy using them, and they come in a lot of shapes and they come in a lot of sizes. Of course, line up the different colors, you know, red, green, red, green. And don't forget to ask the child, you know, questions along the way. Uh, really get into why, you know, the green one's here or the red one's here. You know, it's really good to spark the child, you know, spark their brain to work, you know. So Unifix cubes are good. And also, you know, you can also go back to the Fruit Loops, and you can use Fruit Loops for this too. Kids enjoy eating Fruit Loops. Anything they eat in the classroom, they enjoy. So you can actually utilize a lot of different things to make patterns. Just remember, as I'm going to stress throughout this whole process, is to ask the child questions. Have them explain to you why. You know, if a child can explain to you why, then you know that the child understands. Thank you for listening today, and thank you. These are the two lessons for today. I will be posting more lessons, hopefully soon. So just keep a lookout, and thank you for watching.